Okay, so remembering that anytime we're going to go from E to the fifth of E in caged, it always goes to C, not B. Okay, and the same thing with when we're going to a fourth, the fourth of, here it is, when we're going to the fourth of C is not F. In the cage system, it goes to a diminished fourth, which is E. And that's evident. We can see that in many places. I can just look at it at from the magic fret. So the magic fret is the sixth of the root fret. So if you go up in fourths, okay, the fourth of the root is a diminished fourth that goes to the third. So the fourth of C would go to the E string, and going the other way, the in fifths. So the fifth of uh, the fifth of the sixth is the three string, but the fifth of the third isn't the seven. We go augment it one more to the root, going straight down. And then the fifth of the root is the fifth, that kind of thing, on down. So that's just the way it works with the cage system. Anytime you're going in fifths in cage shapes or string shapes or 1, 4, 5, cages themselves, actual shapes, entire chord shapes, when you go into a fifth between C, a fifth off of C goes to, a fifth off of E goes to C over here. This is a fifth over here. And a fourth off of C goes to E. So E and C are like weird buddies kind of thing. They're reciprocals like that. Okay, so what I want to show you is this is the thing that I wanted to get to. This is the fun part. This is the simplified string shape building block patterns P4 tuning. Okay, everything in patterns is P4 tuning. So you'll see root going to 4 here. Any interval you see going vertically is P4. 2 going to 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 going to 3, 7, root 2, 3, all P4 tuning. So it has to be adjusted between the B string, between the G string and the B string, okay? That's why the B string's the B string, because the fourth of G is C, but it's down tuned, so it has to be adjusted to the right one. So anytime we go to that B string, we have to bring the pattern to the right one. That is just a lot of, warning that really you don't have to worry about. It's just a lot of, I have to, keep the record straight. But we don't have to worry about it. When I'm playing it, I'll always let you know that I'm going to warp the pattern up when I get between the second and third string from the top there. So what I decided to do was, since we have our two patterns that are used to form stuff, right? Well, let me see if I can get both of these guys here. We have our two patterns that are used to form anything in the keyboard. This is a 10-string pattern. We can take 3 to 3, we can go 6 to 6, we can go 2 to 2, we can go 5 to 5, and we can go 7 to 7. That's all 5 cage shapes. We have the whole fretboard right here in this pattern. All we have to do is one of the 6-string selections. Okay, so we can do it really quick. Just select. We'll blank this out. That leaves these 6 strings. I kind of did it opposite of that. Opposite of, instead of selecting, we deselected what we didn't want, and then we have to warp this over for that tuning warp we were just talking about. Once we do that for any of our selections, now we're looking at a real fretboard there. So now we're looking at the E shape, because the E shape is the top and the bottom string. So that's your E shape right there. Okay. Alright, so I decided that since we use our two little patterns, and I just showed you how you'd have to adjust those patterns when you get to a real fretboard, and just take the letters and see if I can look at an S2L, which is down here. This is an S2L here. Alright, and look at that as just the two letters there, C and G, and look at an S3L as DAE. So no matter where I start, I just remember the words, the letters C and G. So S2L, C, and G, no matter where S2L is. Okay, so in the key of in the C shape box, all right, if we could get both of them on the same page, I could look at that. But in the C shape box, trust me, we have on the bottom an S2L. Here's your C shape box, okay? C to C right here, and you'd warp these two over. So we have a C shape and a G shape. So in the C shape box we have an S2L, and then we have an S3L. Warp up the top of that S3L. So that E comes over with that fifth string, or whatever string it is. The fifth string from the bottom, the second string from the top. The E comes over. And then we just start again with another S3L. S2L rather, that started with a C. Suppose we're looking at the A box. Okay, we're just gonna replace these intervals 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2 with D, A, and E. D, A, and E. We're going to replace in our mind the intervals saying 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. We're going to just replace that with the letter C and G. So in the A box, let's look at the A box here for a second. So we're not going to look at anything below the A box. Remember A. We're not going to look at anything above. We don't have a 7-string guitar. Okay, so that's our A. That's the strings that are involved with the A box. All right, and now I'm going to bring those over the top two strings with the tuning adjustment, like that. We're going to make sure that we're lined up so that we have same number top and bottom there. Same number, so that's our A box, okay? Now we're looking at the A box, so we're going to start this on A. So what, essentially what happened here? Okay, we've got A, E, C, G, D, A. Now remember, this is only a 5-string pattern here, okay? So there's going to be an extra string, and then we'd have to, stack it on top. I don't have to stack this. It starts on A and goes to E, and then E comes around and goes to C again. And remember, that's that augmented fifth. Fifth of E is B, but we go to an augmented to fit back into cage. So this is how we would play the A shape. We would just remember the top part of an S3L. So we've got the top two strings of an S3L, and S2L there, and then the bottom two strings of an S3L. So we start 5, 6. So remember, it's DAE is an S3L, so it's AE. Okay, where are we going to start? Here. That would have been the key of the other key. So it would be A, E, and then we start in S2L, C, G. Now we warp up. We're going to start another S2L, D, A. All right, that's how that works. You can, remember it that way. Hey, we're out of time. Thanks for watching. Put the link together below for the Facebook group and the full resolution charts. Good playing to you.